Right now we are on session 1. And down on the bottom here, I have down the plan. So basically, to explain how this has kind of evolved, even for myself, because when I started this, I had pieces that worked for me, but it's developed into a system, into a process for myself. I now call it my editing made easy process. Now, I also talk about the plan. The plan is the foundation. The plan is your picking a topic, researching the topic, how to do your hook, your body, your call to action, how to figure in some editing elements, some camera views in there, and that's creating your video foundation. And then what we're going over today is the editing plan. And basically, it's the way that you can step through a video and get through from start to finish in an efficient way. So many of the videos that I know I watch, they can take up to 12 or more hours from others. And even I spent a lot of time, but they can take 12 or more hours per video. Now, that's because the ones I watch are video editors. They're doing those sorts of things, but it doesn't have to take that long. So that's why I want to show some of these shortcuts, which you may know or you may not know, but it's an easy way to include everything in that. So in this one, this is the editing part of the editing made easy process. So it's part of the entire process that I have. It's going to focus on mastering movement and shot composition to enhance your storytelling and create visually compelling content. And the more you look into this and you think about movies and you think about the still shot, just a shot where it's just no movement or anything. It's usually a serious situation or they want to have your attention on that certain person. But in short form video, if you do that for too long, it becomes uninteresting. So we have to have some sort of movement with that. So I'm going to go here to this, which is the creating cinematic movements. And again, we don't need equipment for this. This could be just your phone. I recommend at least a tripod. And if not, a gimbal. I know the gimbal I have, it's a rather cheap one. I think I got it on TikTok Shop, and it might have been like $40. And put it in front of me so I don't get green screen it out. But that's it there. And it works well for, there are times where I have like my wife or one of the kids hold a camera for me, but it's easy for them because they don't know about keeping it straight or anything, but it will help to stabilize it. And it'll help to keep it level so you don't get that, shake when you're walking. Although sometimes you want that. It's actually a technique in filming. So again, elaborate equipment isn't necessary. And I think I'm even going to show you too, kind of what I work with in my office here. But so I just want to kind of go through and make you aware of certain things and how it ties into the whole plan. So here it says movement and competition guide the viewer's attention, create engagement, and add storytelling depth. So if you're very worried about the editing process or the filming process, you might have a good message, but without a bit of a plan to begin with, it's not going to come through. So sometimes by adding these elements will help quite a bit. So good composition directs attention. Viewers instantly know what to focus on. And there's sometimes where you have B-roll, you doing the dishes or you cooking or something on the stove that you're doing, but you can do a voiceover. Maybe it's a part that is valuable, but instead of just showing your face, talk about it, make it a voiceover. And maybe if you're talking about copywriting and maybe writing a written post, and you talk about how you come up with your ideas, throw some B-roll in there of, how you maybe pick up your house or how you walk through the garage and some sort of process that you have. And just showing that will tie somebody in and make you feel more real. So it doesn't always have to be just you talking and your face on the camera. Usually when you first start, your face on the camera is good. And then you go right into, within the first probably 6 or so seconds, go to some sort of B-roll where it shows you doing something. Because it helps relate to the viewer because they're doing those same things. They're washing their dishes and cooking on the stove and going through the garage and organizing the shoes or the balls or whatever, because kids never put balls back, even though they have 5 barrels that they just have to put them in. They drop it on the floor so you can trip on it when you walk out the door. But that doesn't happen to me. So, like I mentioned in the mindset, when we have movement, it creates energy and it keeps things moving. So when we do that in a video, it helps with that as well. However, too much movement, whether that is if you have a 30-second video and you split it up, 6 times every 5 seconds or more, and you do this crazy like zoom and swipe transition every time, they're kind of like, oh, there it is again. Oh, yeah, there it is again. They forget what you're saying because now they're focused on that thing that you're doing all the time. There can be too many transitions. There can be, like me, too much talking with your hands. It can become distracting. But there are times when you want to stress something or talk about a single thing that your hand gestures can really help. It directs. I'm sure everybody, when you're looking at the screen, looked at my finger when I did that. Or when I went like this, almost felt like I was talking to you. I wasn't addressing everybody. I was talking to you when I did that. So simple gestures can help with that. But too much chaos and all that, and you're panning your camera and you transition that, it's too much. It's too busy. And that last step of editing, when you're watching what you created, just look out for that. Look out for something being too much, or look out for something that is of no value. If it's of no value and you're like, I don't know why I have that in there, take it out. Because that could be the one thing that makes somebody swipe away. So be aware of that. Because if somebody's decided to take 30 seconds of their life and watch your video, out of that 30 seconds, there could be 5 seconds in there. If they get bored, they're gone. That's it. Also, clear framing makes content feel professional. Viewers stay engaged because the video is easy to follow. So not jumping around, having some sort of flow to it. There's times when I may even reverse my video. So my left becomes my right, just to keep the flow going in that same direction. And I'll try and show you that when we're in there.